Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Mike with smartoptiontrading.com. It's Friday, TGIF. It is the 11th of March. This is our weekly recap. And if you want to join us, you can come visit us at smartoptiontrading.com and you'll get commentary all day long, morning, noon, and night on like this, as well as trades and option flow and news and ideas and things to look for. So let's just talk about this week as the market's on the lows here and comic relief. The market here continues to be weak, right? You have your high here, your all-time high came on the first trading day of the year, and since then we've been in this downtrend that continues to kind of work its way down lower. We had our low put in a couple weeks ago at the start of the war at 410, and right now the market is concerned. We knew this week was tough. We were closed on the lows, we gapped up. We closed up, we gapped down. Today we gapped up and sold off on just bad news pre-market that Putin said there was good things happening in diplomacy with Ukraine, which was just a blatant lie. And I would encourage you all to ignore anything he has to say right now, unless you hear it from the Ukrainian side as well. The bottom line here is this market stuck in a very big downtrend and continues to make a series of lower highs. High here, high, highs, highs, right? And here we are rolling over again. We haven't even hit the downtrend yet. The market's afraid of what may or may not happen, right? We have a war going on in Ukraine, a lot of civilian deaths, worry about it ramping up, worried about this spreading outside of the Ukraine. And the market doesn't like that. And in the process of this, you have commodities going nuts. And there's a lot of people that believe the commodity cycle is just beginning. That means names like steel and stuff are just starting. And you had the Fed that's going to meet next week and start tightening into this. So the SPY to me, until we get some type of more resolution or unknown here, remains weak. And the Qs, even weaker. Right? The VIX, though, is doing nothing because there's not a lot of panic here. And if you look at one thing about the SPY today, there's no panic on this. You look at the 5-minute chart, there's very few big down candles. Most of it is just a steady, slow bleed. And that means that they're not trying to dump this market. We've been talking about this. This market doesn't want to be dumped. So if we talk about this week and what to do, by the way, this is RK back at the pandemic lows, where it was just before the pandemic gave the whole move back. This week was not easy. And, last week I took some big hits, and this week, every day was different. Monday, I couldn't trade myself out of a dumpster. Managed to barely finish green. And then you look for ideas and things out there. And, Monday, I have a thrashing, and sometimes we all do that. So it's not just you. But there were things out there, whether it was Nugget and gold, which provided opportunities this week as it pushed up, right? Gold continues to be very strong in this market. There were trades on energy. CVX has had a huge move and has just been strong, or Oxy, or ExxonMobil, or just the XLE in general has remained very, very strong here. On top of that, NVIDIA gave a nice trade on Wednesday here, some big bounce on that as it came off the lows, gave some nice trades. CCJ had flow all over it. Commodity gave trades. I know some people were trading X all week. That had a huge move. You got Cliff also moving up big with that, right? So you see the commodity cycle that we're talking about here. Mosaic was a beautiful trade for me. That was one of my best ones of the week. We had news, we got on it, and there was flow. And Mosaic, basically with Russia cutting off the access to the world for its fertilizer, with their number one exporter of fertilizer in the world, it means there's just not as much of it as available out there. So these all gave trades. It was that, or it was even Crowd would give a trade, right? All these have been very strong, great trades to have. Boeing gave a trade this morning, but it didn't hold it. You had CAT that's given us several trades this week that's holding in. Walmart also trying to give some trades, but struggling to hold. The bottom line here is this market is weak. There's a lot of talk about a recession. And, whether we have a recession or not, I don't know. Is it more likely now than it was before? Yes. Do I think the market's in huge trouble? It could be. But, the war closes quickly, something resolves it, and then I think things change again quickly. So you just have to be nimble here. You have to just stay alive, find trades. That's what we do every day here. We find trades, right? We come out in the morning pre-market and we talk about things that look great. Mosaic was one on that day. X was one for this morning. So, some work, some don't, but we always have a list of names we're looking at and trying to figure out what the best trades are. By the way, tech is sick. And if you're just focused on tech, you're missing where any kind of bull action is. Tech is very sick right now. It's been sick for a while. And right now, until this market changes, that's not where they want to be. So with that said, link to my website in the description below. You can join us for $25 for the first 30 days and try us out and cancel anytime. Hope everybody's doing well, and I will see you guys in the room on Monday morning. Charts tomorrow. I'm taking Sunday off from the markets.